Back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I went to get some chicken and chips today. That's a Boyle staple. Chicken, chips, gravy. Lots of gravy, extra gravy. You got to make eye contact with the people at this chicken shop when you say extra gravy as well. Otherwise, they don't take you seriously. I'm like, look at me. Extra gravy. They need to see how serious I am about that extra gravy. Because they usually fuck me on the gravy. And I usually get the breast quarter, which is dry, and if it doesn't have enough gravy, it's like trying to deep throat a sock. So I said to the guy today, I'm like, extra gravy. He's like, yeah, extra gravy. And I say it like 3 times. I'm like, extra gravy, yeah, just heaps, mate, heaps. He's like, yeah, extra gravy, yep, heaps gravy. He's like, you busy today? I'm like, nah, I just woke up. Had a massive one last night. He's like, oh, you went out last night? I'm like, yeah. One of my mates was in town, so we ended up hitting it pretty hard. I just started lying to the cunt for some reason. It wasn't planned. I just started lying. So I was like, yeah, my mate was in town, so we went out, didn't get back till like 4 a.m. It was a big night. Let me tell you this, I'm feeling it today. And he's smiling, he's going, oh, mate. And I'm going, yeah, I know, mate. Fuck. And he was proud of me for hitting it so hard last night, and that made me a little proud of myself too. I'm like, people really do like a drinker. And I watched him and he put the extra gravy on. Plenty of gravy. Normally I ask this cunt and gives me half a ladle. What am I going to do with half a ladle of gravy? You might as well just spit on my chicken for me. Then he was like, you got any plans for tonight? You going to back up tonight? I'm like, nah, mate. I'm going to have a quiet one tonight. And he laughed and I laughed. We understood each other and he handed over the chicken and I smiled and he smiled and he gave me a knowing wink. And I walked out of that chicken shop and I was like, where the fuck did that lie come from? I just started making up complete bullshit. Why did I just make up that complete bullshit story? Where is that coming from? And then I was like, oh, well, at least I got something to talk about on the podcast. And then I was like, did I just do that subconsciously for the podcast? Because if I did, that's a problem. Who am I now? Am I me or am I the podcast? Am I David Boyle or am I comedian David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol? I think the lines are getting blurred. Normal David Boyle and podcast David Boyle are beginning to merge into one monster. One undeniable entertainment monster. Eventually, am I just going to introduce myself as, hey, I'm comedian David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. Nice to meet ya. Say something that's going to piss me off so I can talk about it on my podcast. This is how a normal day for me goes now. I wake up, I'm like, all right, I have 17 hours to think of something to talk about on the podcast. That's heaps of time. Don't worry about it. Then the next time I look, it's like 6 hours. Then the time after that, it's 3. Then 1, I'm like, fuck, I better start thinking of something now. Then it gets down to half an hour. And then I'm like, fuck it, I'll give myself another hour. And I usually leave it to a point in the night where if I don't start immediately, I'm literally going to have no sleep that night. And then I'm like, all right, fuck it, press record, see what comes out. Then I finish recording and I'm like, Is that good? I can't tell if that's good or not. That sounded like shit to me. That sounded like fucking shit. What the fuck am I doing with my life? This fucking... And then I rationalize it. I'm like, well, I'm doing it every fucking day. I'm doing it every day. You're not going to fucking win every day. If anyone complains, that's what I'm going to tell them. If anyone says that was a shit episode, I'm just going to go, listen, mate. You can't win them all. How many have I done? I've done almost 300 now. You can't win them all. So if anyone does message me and go, listen, Boyle, you're fucking dropping your game a little bit. Lately, it sounds like you're just pressing play and just hoping for the best. I will reply, you can't win them all. How many have I done? There's going to be a couple of hits and misses there. All right, that's it. It's fucking Saturday night anyway. No one gives a fuck. You would not believe the drop in numbers I have on a Saturday night. It falls off the fucking cliff. So I like to save a shit one for a Saturday night. And as you can tell, this is a shit one. But you can't win them all. How many have I done? Alright, fuck you. Add me on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. If you're enjoying the podcast, rate, review, subscribe to it. Tell your friends about it, and I'll see you the fuck later.